you wind up with three parts. First, the in-world code, the in-world behaviors. These are three categories: stock objects that you just went out and bought, or picked up free in many cases, like that. Oh, I'm sorry. I should explain what this project is. This is a little atomic rocket I'm building. It's primarily an engineering test bed. It's convenient because most of it fits on one screen. In terms of game, it's basically a mystery. Figure out how it works, figure out how you can get the rocket to launch, and it's the lair of a somewhat mad inventor who has left post-it notes that are maybe just enough to figure it out. I'm adding more notes. But, continuing on, stock objects, the main view screen on the command deck up there is a freebie. Works great. Shows Flash Gordon episodes. I think they're out of copyright. I hope so. Right. The nuclear reactor down there in the middle of the rocket, the control rods have to go up and down as you move the slider, or you've lost. So that is entirely in-world program. And then this elevator, well, everyone can fly. I left flight on, and I'm not turning flight off because it's inconvenient for me. So that's a prop, and I don't really particularly care. It's entirely in-world. Now the things that I do care about have to go outworld, the things that make up the game. So first, inside the world, small snippets of code that communicate across to my server. At the top of the gantry, the control panel up there reports whether you've connected the gantry or not. It is required. The game will sit there and go, halted at T-minus 56 seconds, gantry disconnected, crew unable to board. Yes, they could fly. No, the game does not care. If they want to fly to the top of the elevator and put the gantry in position, in terms of this game, not my concern. That little computer terminal there is a sensor. It reports to the server how many people are around it. That's important. And that display in the Quonset hut, and I actually have to cut away here, these would be hole impenetrable, tells you what you need to do next. As I said, oh, well, the gantry's connected here, so it wants a reactor test to leave. Then what these adapters all connect to is the Outworld game server. See, I've drawn in some of the lines. Actually, I'm using different objects here. So the gantry reports to the game server. The game server updates the display, but primarily the game server is holding all the rules for the game, all the scores for the game, all the user information, and feeding that back to actually make up the game. Am I going to go to the next presentation if I hit next?
No problem. No, that's it. Okay. That's all it's on.
Good.
That's John's game.
Okay. So that's the basic architecture that you need to use to get a detailed game into one of these worlds. Some missions, of course, but a couple concerns you have to address as you set these up. Devil is in the details, and here's the devil. First of all, people will try to interject their information and deliberately attack. So as these things are communicating, the server needs to keep track. As I mentioned earlier with terms of service, you have to deal with the rest of the world's residents. You can do things at the platform level to say nobody's allowed here. That's one way to deal with it. But this is primarily open, and it deals with it by just going, if you're not playing, you can only be but so disruptive in that part of the game. And a setup like this will let you deal with that a number of ways. So just to wrap this up, there's one thing I should note by omission. Some platforms will let you edit the platform. once you're on my continuum out to OpenSim, Metaverse, I believe there, and Entropia Universe definitely, you can make edits to the platform. It's a good selling point, but there's a further trade-off that you're making an edit that the rest of the audience can't work with. So you're losing both some of the sense that they might actually contribute to the platform at large, and also some of the sense that you're working with them and they can participate. It's all a trade-off. Okay?
Cool.